Testing, testing, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, everybody. It's Aaron Ford. Anybody there? Hello? Is anybody on the line?
Hey, boss, we can hear you.
Very good. Thanks so much.
Put it back on mute now.
Morning, Amy.
Good morning, sir.
You have our other board members on the phone. I see
I can check.
Cisco.
Yeah. And Aaron
General
Ford
Ford,
is here.
are you on the
I'm
phone?
on the phone. Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear
Yeah,
you
we
now.
got you.
Okay, thank you.
So, Mr. Aguilar, Mr. Ford, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, I am.
All right, we'll get started then. If you're ready, Ms. Stevenson.
I am ready, sir.
All right, we'll call to order the State of Nevada Board of Examiners meeting scheduled for today, December 12th, 2023 at 10 a.m. And we'll kick it off by calling the roll. Can I have the clerk please call the roll?
Governor Lombardo,
Present.
Secretary of State Aguilar,
Here.
Attorney General Ford.
Here.
Let the record reflect we have a quorum, sir.
Thank you. We will close the roll call and move to public comment. The first public comment period is limited to comments on items on the agenda. No action may be taken upon a matter raised under the public comment period unless the matter itself has been specifically included on the agenda as an action item. We will limit your comments to 3 minutes, and if you wish to call in via phone, please utilize the number 775-321-6111. And bear with me, and the ID number being 728-527-047 pound. Do we have any public comment there in Carson City?
No one's rushing to the table, sir.
Do we have any public comment here in Las Vegas? Seeing none, do we have any on the phone?
I'm sorry.
We have to give it a designated amount of time? No? We don't? Okay, the DAG is advising we don't have to wait, so we will close the public comment and move to agenda item number 3, approval of November 14th, 2023 meeting minutes. Do we have any questions of any board members?
Motion to approve?
We have a motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimous. We will close item 3, move to item 4, state vehicle purchases for possible action. Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you, sir. There are 5 requests under agenda item number 4. The first request is from the Department of Agriculture, Division of Measurement Standards. They're requesting approval to purchase 1 new vehicle for a total amount not to exceed $367,615. The purchase will be contingent upon approval of a work program. The second request is from also from the Department of Agriculture Administrative Services Division. They're requesting to approve purchase of 5 new vehicles for a total amount not to exceed $220,593. The third request is from the Department of Business and Industry Housing Division, requesting approval to purchase 1 replacement vehicle for a total amount not to exceed $38,515. The fourth request is from the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, Director's Office, Water Conservation and Infrastructure. The division requests approval to purchase 1 new vehicle for a total amount not to exceed $56,954. And then the last request is from the Department of Corrections, Ely State Prison. They're requesting approval to purchase 1 replacement garbage truck for a total amount not to exceed $202,029. Are there any questions on any of these items?
Do we have any questions, Ms. Stevenson?
None here. Move approval.
All right, we have a motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimous. We will close agenda item number 4, move to agenda item number 5, authorization to contract with a current and or former state employee. We'll take, can I have you read those separately, Ms. Stevenson?
Yes, sir. So there are 6 items under this agenda item today. The first is from the Department of Business Industry, Office of the Labor Commission. through the Department of Administration Purchasing Division. The office intends to contract with the former employee from December 12th, 2023 through March 29th, 2024 on a part-time basis through Manpower. Are there any questions on this item?
No questions. Motion to approve?
No question. Let's do the motion all as one item.
Okay.
I'll just have you read through each of them before we entertain a motion.
Okay. So the second request is from the Department of Transportation Multimedia Division through the Department of Administration Purchasing Division. Department of Transportation intends to contract with the former employee from December 12th, 2023 through June 11th, 2024 on a part-time basis through Manpower. Are there any questions on this item before I move to the next one?
No questions.
No questions.
None here.
Perfect. The third request is from the Department of Health and Human Services, Division of Child and Family Services. Through the Department of Administration Purchasing Division, they intend to contract with a former employee from January 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2024 on a part-time basis through Manpower. Were there any questions on this item?
No questions.
No question.
Okay,
None here.
thank you. The fourth request is from the Department of Transportation through the Department of Administration Purchasing Division. They intend to contract with a former employee from December 12th, 2023 through June 12th, 2024 on a part-time basis through Marathon Staffing Group. Are there any questions on this item?
No questions.
None here.
No.
The fifth request is from the Department of Transportation Multimedia Division through the Department of Administration Purchasing Division. They intend to contract with a former employee from December 12th, 2023 through June 11th, 2024 on a part-time basis through Manpower. Were there any questions on this item?
None here.
No.
Okay, and the last request is from the Department of Transportation through the Department of Administration Purchasing Division. They intend to contract with the former employee from December 12th, 2023 through June 12th, 2024 on a full-time basis through Manpower. Are there any questions on this item?
No questions.
None here.
Motion to
All right,
approve.
well, take them.
Motion to approve item number 5A, B, C, D, E, and F.
All right, we have a motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimous. We will close agenda item number 5, move to agenda item number 6, request for recommendation or approval of the interim finance committee for an allocation amount from the contingency account for possible action. Let's take these motions separately on item 6. So we'll kick it off, Ms. Stevenson, with 6A.
Thank you, sir. For 6A, this request is from the Department of Conservation Natural Resources, Division of State Parks. Pursuant to NRS 353.268, the division requests a recommendation to the Interim Finance Committee for an allocation of $225,332 from the Interim Finance Committee contingency account to support 3 new positions and associated costs. Are there any questions on this item?
No questions.
None here.
None here.
Motion to approve 6A.
We have a motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Let's move to item 6B, Department of Education, Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you, sir. Pursuant to NRS 353.268, the Department of Education requests a recommendation to the Interim Finance Committee for an allocation of $193,750 from the Interim Finance Committee contingency account to fund an increase in contractual expenditures. Please note this is revised from the agenda, which was $498,750. Are there any questions on this item?
Yes, I have a question. We have a representative from the Department of Education come to the table.
They're at the table, sir.
Okay, so I understand listed here is 498,750. And you mentioned there is a revision. What is the revised amount and what is the reason why?
Sir, I can give the revised amount because it looks like they don't have it. So the revised amount is 193,750. Then I will let them answer why.
Good morning, Celeste Arnold for the record, Administrative Services Officer 3 for the Student Investment Division, Department of Education. And going back through, we have identified savings with a current contract as well as working with the vendor, as this request only funds fiscal year 24, and in which we only have 6 months roughly left to fund. The request was amended to accommodate that time frame moving forward.
Okay. So I understand the contract is for a period of 4 years. So we're in the last of the 4 years. Is that correct?
No, sir. Celeste Arnold for the record. We're starting the 4 years.
Oh, okay. So we've already revised it since before the start.
Correct.
Okay. And you're in agreement with the 193,750?
Celeste Arnold for the record. Yes, we are.
Okay. Well, thank you. So I will take a motion for approval.
Motion to approve?
So moved.
Can we, Mr. Aguilar, can you state the amount?
193. Okay. Motion to approve item 6B in the amount of 193,750.
All right, we have a motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimous. Let's move to 6C, Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you, sir. Pursuant to NRS 353.268, the Department of Motor Vehicles requests a recommendation to the Interim Finance Committee for an allocation of $517,500 from the Interim Finance Committee contingency account to fund an increase in contractual expenditures. Are there any questions on this item?
None here. We'll have I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Move to approve.
We have a motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimous. So we will move to agenda item number 6D, Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you, sir. Pursuant to NRS 353.268, the Office of the Attorney General requests a recommendation to the Interim Finance Committee for an allocation of $127,947 from the Interim Finance Committee contingency account to support a new special counsel position. Are there any questions on this item?
Mr. Ford, do you have any questions on this one? Because it involves your office.
No, sir. I have no questions and I support it. Ready for a motion, I'll make a motion.
That wasn't clear. We were losing you there, General.
I'm sorry, yes. No, I have no questions and I support it. I can make a motion if you're ready.
Okay, we have a motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes unanimous. We will close agenda item number 6 and we'll go to agenda item number 7. Request for recommendation of approval of the Interim Finance Committee for a grant or loan from the Disaster Relief Account for possible action. Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you, sir. Sorry. Secretary of State Aguilar had a question. Totally threw me off. Okay, so item number 7, pursuant to NRS 353.274, subsection 2, the Division of Emergency Management under the Office of the Military requests an approval of a $20,537 grant from the Disaster Relief Account to cover emergency response and management costs associated with the atmospheric river event and Hurricane Hillary. There are representatives here today for any questions the board may have on this item.
Yes, I do have a question for the record, Governor Lombardo. Could you have him come to the table? Morning. How's it going, sir? Can you please identify yourself, sir?
Jared Franco, for the record, ASO 3, Division of Emergency Management.
So, Mr. Franco, what is the reason for this item?
So this item, sir, is two invoices. One invoice for a forklift rental during the Atmospheric River event, and the second invoice is for the ITS transportation services during the hurricane event.
So what is the reason why we need to come to the Board of Examiners? It's just the bill that wasn't paid, or?
Correct, sir. We don't have enough authority in our emergency assistance account to cover these expenses.
Okay, so that, my understanding and review of the item, there's approximately $1,000 penalty for late fees. Is that correct?
Correct, sir.
So knowing that we have a procedure where we need approval, can we get the late fees waived?
We are currently working with the vendor as we speak to try to get those waived. There was a little mishap on the process of how long it takes to get this authority approved.
Okay, so with that being said, and we're attempting to get the late fees waived, how do we make a motion?
Depends what you're looking for. The board may make a motion that is contingent on a certain event. Essentially, you're authorizing staff to move forward with the payment if they verify that some event has happened, but it needs to be clear in the motion what that is so staff can follow it.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, could the motion be stated as, make a motion for approval of the $20,537 and contingent upon a reimbursement of late fee for a total of $19,562?
Yeah, or so as opposed to reimbursement, is my understanding, it hasn't been paid. So the language you might want is, a writing off or forgiving of the late fees. So the total amount you're approving is
All right.
the 19,000 amount.
All right, I will make a motion for approval, agenda item number 7 in the amount of $19,562. And we'll bring the item forward in a future meeting if the late fee is failed to be waived. Is that correct? Is that sufficient?
Yes.
So General Ford and Mr. Aguilar, did you hear the motion?
I did, sir.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay, motion is on the table. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And I apologize. I assume there was no further questions. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, the motion has passed.
Vote.
Yes, I said aye. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we'll close 7, move to 8, approval of proposed leases for possible action. Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you, sir. There are 5 leases under agenda item number 8 today for approval by the board. Are there any questions on any of these items?
None here.
No questions. Motion to approve leases 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 under item number 8 on the agenda.
All right, we have a motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes unanimous. We will close 8, move to item number 9, approval of proposed contracts for possible action. Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you, sir. There are 60 contracts under the agenda item number 9 for approval by the board today. Are there any questions on any of these items?
I have a question on item number 1, Cassidy and Associates. Was there a procurement process on this service, or was it just an extension of current services?
I believe in looking at the administrator for purchasing's nod that yes, there was a procurement, but I'll let him answer the question.
Hello, Gideon Davis, Administrator of the Purchasing Division, for the record. Yes, there was a full RFP conducted for the Cassidy and Associates contract.
How many people responded to that RFP?
There were 3 proposing vendors.
Okay, and any of them Nevadans that applied? or submitted a proposal?
One of the vendors who proposed was a Nevada-based business. Yes, the other two were, I believe, headquartered in DC.
Okay. Was the RFP selected for this?
This vendor was the highest scoring vendor based off the evaluation criteria that was proposed in the solicitation.
Okay, thank you. No more questions?
Any other questions? Any questions, Mr. Ford?
Sorry, I have no questions. Can you hear me okay now?
Okay, we got you. We hear you now. All right, did you make a motion, Mr. Aguilar?
Motion to approve item number 8 with proposed contracts 1 through item number 9, correct, okay. Motion to approve item number 9 for contracts 1 through 60. 1 through 60. Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes. All right, we'll close. Agenda item number 9, move to 10, approval of proposed master service agreements for possible action. Ms. Stevenson,
Thank you, sir. There are 9 master service
have a
agreements
good day.
under agenda item number 10 for approval by the board today. Are there any questions on this item?
No
Hearing
questions
none,
here.
I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve item number 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
We have a motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimous. We'll close 10, move to 11, informational only item, clerk of the board of contracts. Do we have anything on this item, Ms. Stevenson?
Thank you, sir. There are 72 contracts over $10,000 and under the $100,000 threshold that were approved by the clerk of the board between October 24th, 2023 through November 20th, 2023. Are there any questions on these items?
No questions here. Any questions?
No questions
All
here.
right. All right, I'll entertain a motion. Oh, it's
No
informational
questions.
only.
Sorry.
All right, well, thank you. We'll close 11, move to 12, information item reports, Department of Conservation and Natural Resource Division of State Lands, fiscal year 2024, first quarter. Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you, sir. So pursuant to NRS 321.5954 subsection 4, the State Land Registrar is required to provide the Board of Examiners quarterly reports regarding lands or interests in lands transferred, sold, exchanged, or leased through the Tahoe Basin Act program. This report covers the period of July 1st, 2023 through September 30th, 2023. Are there any questions on this item?
None here.
None here.
No questions?
All right, thank you for that, Ms. Stevenson. We'll close item number 12 and move to 13, second opportunity for public comment. Same phone number as listed earlier. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Anybody there in Carson City?
No, sir.
Anybody here in Las Vegas? You came in all this way? Anybody on the phone? No, sir. All right. Hearing none, seeing none, we will close the second opportunity for public comment, and I will make a motion for adjournment. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Thank you, guys. Have a great holiday.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
You too. Bye-bye.
Everybody in the room here too, have a great holiday.